My name is Declan, and I've been under mental health for 19 years, or the best part of 20 years now. And when I first got sectioned, it was to Horden Hospital, which was a hospital with green fields, and it was an open ward, and it was very relaxing, and that was closed at the end of my 3-month section. I was also attending a day centre in them 19 years called Mearway Day Centre on Mearway Road, Twickenham. I was attending that day centre for probably 12 years. Since 96 to, I forget when it shut, maybe 2007. Well, I'm standing outside the old Mearway Day Centre, and it's now derelict, like shut down. To the left over there is the music room. It was a quiet room, basically, and there was a piano in there where you could practice piano. I used to go in there and play guitar rather than annoy everyone in the dining room. Round the back, that used to be the garden. The garden was lovely on a day like this. That was the entrance. This at one time was reception, but then reception moved over to that side of the entrance, the other side of the entrance. And that's where you were kind of greeted, like if you're a stranger and new to the place, like, and someone would come and show you around the place, basically, and make you feel at home. Probably had a client database of maybe 200 people, not all of whom attended, certainly not all on the one day, but on a daily basis maybe 20 or 30 people attended. So it was quite a big day centre, which had catering facilities and a shower and like laundry and all that, and industrial washing machines. So it was aimed at rehabilitation from the institutionalised client on coming out of the psychiatric unit as a step towards getting back to work, basically.
What's the matter with the mill? It's done broke down. What's the matter with the mill? It's done broke down. I can't get no grinding. Tell me what's the matter with the mill? Grinding.
Sometimes when they were exceptionally busy, they'd get a responsible client to show people around. I wasn't asked. I was far too irresponsible. I used to go bowling to Tolworth Bowling Centre and play bowls, but I only went on that a few times. There was a lot of outings, like to get people interested in activities, and but I was kind of more interested in the guitar. I used to go on day trips to Brighton with them, but like coming home, we'd find our own way home because we'd be intoxicated. We wouldn't be allowed on the coach because you weren't allowed to drink alcohol, basically, while you were representing Mearway in Brighton. With the day centre, it was wholly organised around social intercourse and talking to people over cups of coffee. There was activities like creative writing and bingo and swimming and relaxation, but it was just to pass the time of day and just to keep you busy, basically. Like all these random what's the spectrum of social events or social interactions or games or things you could do, a spectrum of social things you could do. Like, and hopefully you find one that you really like, basically, like creative writing or whatever, like if you wrote poems. And it was to spark an interest in you. Another thing about the day centre was that all your social contacts were the mental health clientele. As an example, I would walk down the road or go into a pub and somebody would say, "Hello, Declan," and I say, "Oh, hello, so I've forgotten your name, where do we know each other from?" And invariably the answer was, "We met on Pagoda Ward." A lot of mental health people can be depressed, and it can have a debilitating effect on you constantly meeting depressed people. Not that they're all depressed, I mean, there's only some of them, like Depressing Dave, I could tell you about. Depressing Dave was always, "Oh, Johnny Dave, my mind's been terrible."
You know, the people, they are drifting.
The staff were, first of all, they were very professional. Like, you were kept firmly at a distance, and when you crossed that, when you came too close to the staff, they let you know about it in no uncertain terms and kept you at a distance. Like, for instance, I was ill one time and I tried to give a member of staff at Mearway Day Centre a tape recording of certain songs. A song by who's it, Dave Stewart, called Mr. Reed. I forget how the song goes now, it was so long ago. But and on the other side of the tape was Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin, which at the time I was ill and I saw them as fundamentally significant to everyone's lives, them two songs. And I gave this tape to a member of staff and she returned it to me, which I found quite upsetting, like giving a gift back, and said the staff weren't allowed to accept gifts from clients as it encouraged inappropriate emotions or dependencies. So, I mean, they were completely right and completely professional, and I was wrong to give it to staff, but I was ill at the time and I didn't see the fine etiquette, but once I've been reminded of this, I kind of didn't transgress again. I always had a good reception with staff because I'm kind of mild-mannered and easygoing, if I might say that, like happy-go-lucky. But there was I remember one client who maybe he was very sensitive, but he took umbrage at one certain staff member's comment to him one day, and he never returned to this day centre, and he cut himself off from the day centre completely, which was a very tragic situation. Like he stayed at home looking at four walls and was very lonely basically for years on end basically. When I was going to the day centre, I spent maybe 10 years in the community off medication, and in them 10 years I got section 3, the best part of 15 times in 10 years. I was sitting around a day centre all day just drinking tea, and after that it was the pub and going to sleep at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, sleeping the whole day and being on the drink from 6 o'clock in the morning, and wasting your life basically with nothing to show for but an empty pile of lager cans. Just living till the next time you got sectioned. And like a posse of social workers and psychiatrists and ambulance men and policemen came around your flat and carted you off to the psychiatric unit. When they shut the day centres and the psychiatrists, I was a complete cynic. But now they've got an improvement on that, namely direct payments. With the direct payments, you have one colour of the spectrum that you're really interested in, like your hobby, and you spend all your money on that and you get really happy with it, and you pursue it to great depth. For me, I call it my music money, and I spend it on guitar lessons and sound minds and have up to 3 guitar lessons a week with it. On direct payments, I haven't missed a fortnightly injection of my antipsychotic clopixol injection in maybe 4 years. And the government has done really well in introducing them. Like the peace in Northern Ireland is one good thing the government has done, and direct payments is the second good thing they've done, in my opinion. They've shut down the psychiatric units and the day centres and sold it all off for redevelopment. It's worked for me because I'm getting direct payments, but I don't know how long for. I'm just waiting for them to cease, basically.
Now what you gonna do? When the welfare turn his back on you. Yes, what you gonna do? When the welfare turn his back on you.
Not, I mean, last ever, just about the subject of it.
Well, when can we discuss my fee?
Now you look all through your house.